Hello, everyone. How's it going? This is Katie here as well. I'm not sure if you can see Katie, but we're going to go through some photos from Winkles, the photos that I could find from the days in Winkles Hotel in 1989 and 1990.
I'm going to bring these up now, and I hope you'll be able to see them. This is from the recording, isn't it?
Yeah. Any of the ones where you can see microphones is from the recording for the Winkles Tapes 1989. So that's Steve Wickham on the fiddle and myself, and we were sitting at the window, the front window of Winkles, the bar in Winkles, and that's where all the great sessions were had, at that window there. That's another one from the recording, yeah, as well. So yeah, that was just a few days before my 21st birthday.
Right.
That's Seamus Begley there, and that's Winkles' kitchen, the kitchen in Winkles where we had many session as well in Winkles. That's Breda Smith in the red, and her sister Cora Smith, and their brother is Sean Smith. People might know Sean Smith from the band Lunasa. So there's a whole family of Smiths. There's another girl, Maria, as well, and they're all great musicians and great people. They're all really good crack and great musicians. So that's just inside the door. That's at the window also, but there was a door beside the window. So that's Tony Moylan there, the owner, just looking in at the session, and that's the great Siobhan Peoples on the fiddle.
Lovely. Tony Atten the Maggot. That's the personality you were talking about.
Yeah. And a big gang used to come up from Ennis. So that would have been, I'd say that was probably 91 or something, 1991 or 92. That's definitely at Winkles' window as well. I recognise the curtain. And I don't know the man in the corner. I can't figure out who he is. But on the fiddle is Mary Custy, and over there on the far left is Owen O'Neill on the bouzouki. I think that head, the back of the head of the person whose face you can't see, that looks like Sean Smith. Sean is over there. So I bet you it's Sean Smith.
And that's you with the scarf.
That's right, yeah, and the fiddle in my hand, yeah. Yeah, so actually we played together a lot, Sean Smith and Mary Custy and Owen O'Neill and myself. We did a good few gigs, session gigs, pub gigs. That was during the recording as well. That's Adam Claydon, and it would have been late at night, I'd say, and that's Breda Smith with the red scarf. I remember, because I just remember what she was wearing, and you can't see her face. And the guy that she's talking to is called Peter Guy from Clifton, and he was a great character as well. A lot of the gang from Clifton and Letterfrack used to come over to Winkles as well for the crack. Peter Guy and John Nee. John Squire is his nickname, Squire. So that's the Letterfrack Clifton gang there. Used to come over regularly to Winkles. It was a long way to come, wasn't it, for a bit of crack?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It really was. And actually that's a nice one now, because Letterfrack is that's where you recorded some of the Diamond Mountain sessions.
Yes, that's right.
Lovely.
Yes, I've loads. I've been going to Letterfrack for years and years, because probably around that time in 1989, around that time, no, it would have been 1988. I started going to Letterfrack regularly, because a man called Leo Hallisey, who was a school teacher in Letterfrack, he started up these two fantastic, absolutely brilliant festivals, the Bog Week and the Sea Week. Music was only a small part of these things. Leo was very much into nature and conserving nature and looking after nature, and so these weeks were about education stuff about it, and then there was a lot of music as well every night. So I've been going there for 31 years or something like that. So wow. I've loads of friends in Letterfrack. So that's where that connection is.
Very nice.
And that's, as you said, that's where we recorded the Diamond Mountain sessions, most of it. So that's this next one here is in Winkles as well. Charlie Piggott on the accordion, and that's Cora Smith with her back to us, and Tony McQuaid, a great character and a great friend of mine from Dublin. He was great friends with all the Winkles gang as well, really close to Charlie Piggott as well, brilliant friends with Charlie. And then that's Jackie Small beside Tony. That's Owen O'Neill and Mary Custy. They used to play a Sunday morning session in Winkles, Owen and Mary. Anyway, I'll tell you about this photo here. So that was a lovely sunny day, a session with Cooney and Begley. You can recognise Cooney and Begley straight away. And Mary Custy there is beside Cooney. And that's Jackie Daly with his hand up to his nose. Jackie Daly, the great accordion player from Kanturk. There's a bodhrán player there, and I think that might be Simon Dwyer from Dublin. He used to play a thing that sounded like a didgeridoo, but and he used to call it an irk. So it was supposedly a real ancient instrument with a big kind of there was a kind of thing like a trumpet at the end of it or something. There were
Right.
We used to call them the irk, the horn. And anyway, that's Owen O'Neill on the left with his back to us. And the fiddler with his back to us is Sean Smith. So that must have been before it got really hot. Begley still has the t-shirt on. And sitting beside Begley with the short skirt is Irene Keogh, and that was Mike Scott's wife, Irene. And Irene is from a family of, oh my God, there must be 10 or 11 sisters, all sisters. And one of her sisters is a famous designer, Lainey Keogh. Have you heard of Lainey?
Yeah,
Lainey
she's
Keogh?
very well known. Beautiful pieces.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah. All really, really nice girls. I'll go through these as well. So starting on the far left, that's Owen O'Neill with his back to us. Beside Owen, that's Mary Custy, Steve Cooney, Seamus Begley, Josephine Nugent, the fiddler from Bearfield, County Clare. Beside Josephine playing the ukulele is Colin Blakey, the fellow with the hat. He used to play with the Waterboys at the same time I played with the Scottish guy, multi-instrumentalist. And then beside Colin is a woman called Doreen Loader, and Doreen was part of the record company with the Waterboys, Ensign record company it was called. And beside Doreen is Anne Scott, who is Mike Scott's mother. And Doreen and Anne were great friends. So this is from our tour of Clare, of the pubs. And it's one of the few times that there was ever a PA set up in Winkles. So this is at the fireplace in Winkles, and that's Tony Moylan's wife, Phil, playing the accordion, and me playing the fiddle. So I'd say what happened there was we invited Phil up as a guest to play a tune. Phil is a lovely singer as well, so I would imagine she probably sang a song as well, or two.
Yeah, that's it now. That's all of them.
Okay, great. Maybe that picture of me from the studio shot in Galway, we'll have to put that into a different file.
Yes, yeah. Brilliant. So thanks for going through the photos with me.
Yeah, thank you, Katie. Yeah, I enjoyed going through them actually.
It's lovely, and it's great to get the name to the face and the context behind it.
Yeah. It's a pity there aren't more photos from back in the day, but no one bothered with cameras in those days, you know.
Yes, yeah. It's probably for the better in some senses. You had a bit of freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Brilliant.
So, okay, sure. I'll see you soon again. And what's the next thing we're going to be doing? I forget.
The next thing we are going to be doing is your accordion tutorial.
Oh yeah, I'll get cracking with that.
And then we have diamond mountain sessions.
Oh yeah, I'm just finishing that podcast, but writing up that podcast now. I was up late last night writing it, but I still need to do a bit more work on it. So that's going to be finished tonight, I think. Yeah,
that's a beautiful one, and there's so many guests on. You know, it's such a robust album. There's going to be so much context to it.
Yeah, and I was listening to the album while I was writing it, because I was trying to rack my brains and remind myself of who was playing on it and who was there and all that. So it was lovely to hear all the music again. I haven't heard any of that for years. Yeah.
The format of Winkles really works, where you have the tune and the kind of the story and the context behind it. It's really insightful, because when you're listening to the music, you would just never imagine, all that goes along with it, and the crack.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's great. Well, I think now this next one, the what you call the Diamond Mountain Sessions one, will probably be even better than the Winkles one, because I'm just getting used to doing it. Winkles was my first one, so I understand better now how to do it, and going through the tracks, and because knowing that we're going to be playing the track as well, I wasn't really sure how it was going to work when I was doing the Winkles one, but now I think it'll be a lot more, it'll fit in a lot better with the tracks, what I'm saying.
Lovely. Yeah, because that format is beautiful, to have the music to go along with it, because especially with Spotify now, you pick a track you like, but people don't necessarily listen to the album all together as often in the one flow. So it's lovely to revisit it and get that kind of you're almost traveling back in time to that period where it's and the atmosphere and everything comes across in the audio.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And you'll have good John Dunford telling his side of things as well, so it'll be great fun.
Yeah, we had a chat this morning, myself and John, and we were having great fun, great memories, and great crack. So I'm looking forward to that chat with John, that we're going to do properly and have for the channel.
Brilliant. Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thank you, Katie. And thanks to everyone that's listening. Hope you enjoyed that.